I think the lecture focused very clearly on the predicament of the individual whistleblower and, as the professor said, Mark Stein said, the relatedness of the fact of a whistleblower to the rest of the population of people trying to get on with their work. And I think this focus on how the individual represents a sort of lost image, an idealized image, for the rest of the people was interesting and helpful to focus on. Yes, it was, because it made me reflect on times when I've tried to speak up about things that I thought were wrong, and also times when, as a manager, I've been confronted with people bringing me awkward news that I didn't really want to hear. So it made me reflect on that and think about what perhaps was going on then. I think it has, in a number of ways. I think from the point of view of the manager facing someone who's speaking up and saying, look, this isn't right, what's going on here, I can feel in myself the resistance to hearing that. The awkwardness, the inconvenience, how it's going to break into my holidays or my private time. We're going to have to unpick all the stuff we've done and this kind of thing. And the sort of I can remember a reluctant acknowledgement that I'm going to have to do something. I'm going to have to listen to this and take it forward. What I'm troubled by is whether there were times also that I didn't respond. I blanked it out, I ignored it, or I was too busy, or maybe I seemed to be too distant or too powerful, perhaps too bullying, or who knows in what ways I might have been part of a process that silenced or expelled somebody who had something important to say around that. And as a whistleblower of sorts, somebody who is sometimes trying to speak up and say, look, what we're doing here isn't right, I can think of 2 or 3 specific occasions where I recognize that I did it in a way that was almost bound, in retrospect, bound to be ineffective. And I think that came clear to me in the lecture from some of the comments in the audience and the questions, particularly around the role of trades unions. I was also a trade unionist, an activist, and I recognized that when I was in a trade unionist, as a trade union officer, I could raise things that were on my own behalf of others, and had an institutionally recognized safety to do that. It was kind of hard to come back at me. There were other times when I tried to go it alone, and that's where I was ineffective. So it got me thinking about the importance of the trade union structure and of collective solidarity and the recognition, the legal recognition of those positions for the structure of whistleblowing, the structure of dealing with problems, and that perhaps the discourse about whistleblowing is connected with the individualization of these problems, taking them out of these collective structures. Well, I think it's raising questions about practice that people know and have. I mean, possibly whistleblowing is not front of mind as the most pressing problem for a lot of people in management, but by having this lecture and these ideas brought to us, it kind of opens up an apparently small thing, and we recognize how huge it is and how significant it is and how it impacts on the work of trying to run further education in this country, and in all its myriad ways.